Hello, this is another viewer requested video. Thanks to Dhanasri for this code. The question in this video is not in syllabus, but the topic made a quite interesting one for me. I made so many tries and did it in every try, but every try must give the code more logical, more efficient than previous one. So here Dhanasri gives this output code and finally got this output, and the output will be wrong because it doesn't look the same. So what is the main issue? There are the 10 terms of Fibonacci series. Don't start with 0. So the first term is 1, second term is 1, then third term is 2, then 3, then 5, then 8, then 13, then 21, then 34, then 10th term is 55. So this is possible when we are printing the numbers in Fibonacci series terms in pattern. But here the question is little bit different. First print the first term, now print the third term, now print the third term, that is 2, then print the second term. Now third line will be normal, that is 3, that is fourth term, next term is 5, and sixth term is 8, and now again print in backward, that is 10th term, now 9th term, again 8th term, finally it will be the 7th term. So every time you have to print back. Whenever the line number is even, you have to print backwards for the second line and for the fourth line. Okay, so what I did, just first I print the main output, how it looks like 1 2 1 3 2 3 5 8 55 34 21. That is the final output. So that is my first code, that is the second code, and that is the final code, that is the final output. So this one is quite heavier, so I use with this one, that this is my final code. What I did here, this for loop prints the space part, and this while loop print the fibo values. So first here line number 1 2 3 4, there are 4 values of I. Okay, and this if execute for 3 times, when I is 1, that is 1 less than equals 3, 1 less than equals 3, second time 2 less than equals 3, and third time 3 less than equals 3. Okay, so for the first time, when 1 less than equals 3, that means when the value of I is 1, I got 7 space. So I just I just got 10 space. Okay, I just say few times. When the condition is 2 less than equals 3, I print 7 space, because 1 less than equals 10 space, next time q will be 7, next time it will be print 7 space, and the value of q will be 4. Next time when 3 less than equals 3, it will print 4 space. Okay, and the value will be 1, and next time if part not executed. Then what I did in the while loop, when the value of I is 1, 1 less than equals 1, true, the value of c is 1, and if 1 double equals 1, first line L equals L plus B. L is a string type variable, line is a string type variable, ABC we use for Fibonacci countings, P is a counter, Q is a counter. Q use in that section, P use in while part. So every time P starts with 1, so 1 less than equals 1, that is the first line. I have to print 1 value with 10 space. So first line if part executed, and finally it print 10 space and 1. So I print 1 2 3 okay, sorry, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 1. Second line, when the value of I is 2, I line value is 7 space and P starts with 1, and the condition 1 less than equals 2, and second time it will be 2 less than equals 2. So when 1 less than equals 2, C will be 0 plus 1, it means 1. So at that time else part is executed for the second line. So here else part, like C less than equals 10, that means first time we have to print C, that is I store 1 and 2 space. Okay, there is a 2 space. Next time 2 less than equal and this part, the value of A is 1 and B is 1. Then when 2 less than equals 2, the value of C is 2, as 1 plus 1 equals 2. So here I store first C the new value, then 2 space, so finally 2, then store 2, then 2 space. So finally the new value is, it will be 1, it will be 2. Okay, and I print line with 7 space and L with 2 space 2. That means in the second line I got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 2 double space 1. Okay, now in the third line, now this time this else part is executed. So the first condition is 1 less than equals 3, second one 2 less than equals 3, and third one 3 less than equals 3. So when 1 less than equals 3, last value of A and B 1 or 2, that means it will be 1 plus 2 equals 3. So this part, that is the third line. Okay, this time I print L as null and C, that means 3 double space, and the value of C is 2 and this will be 3. Next time when 2 less than equals 3, it will be 2 plus 3 equals 5. So next time it is 3 space plus add 5 double space, and value will be updated to 3 and 5. Next time when 3 less than equals 3, it will be 3 plus 5 equals 8, and I print 8 with double space. Okay, then the value will be swapped into A will be 5 and B will be 8. Done. Then I print this one with 4 space. So the next line starts with 1 2 3 4, then 3 double space 5 double space 8. Finally in the last line this else part is executed. Okay, now that is the fourth line value. The fourth line value, first we have to print 55, then 34, then 21, 13, but first we got 13, then 21, then 34, then 55. So this value only able to store in a string type, so we use string. And you can see every time whenever I print system.out.println, that is a single line value, every time I reset the value, reset the variables line equals none, L equals none, that means in the next line these two variables gets a new value. Okay, now in the fourth line, if part not executed, that means no P, and while loop goes for 4 times. 1 less than equals 4, 2 less than equals 4, 3 less than equals 4, and finally 4 less than equals 4. So first part, when 1 less than equals 4, at that time the last value is 5 and 8. The value of A is 5 the B is 8. Okay, so at the time when 1 less than equals 4, C means 5 plus 8 equals 13. Okay, then in that section what we have to do? 13 less than 10, no, that means we have to use else part. Here I print single space, that means first print 13 then a space. L is the null value. Okay, 13 plus space, no matter. Next time when 2 less and value will be swapped, like the value will be, A value is 8 and B value is 13. Next time this will give me 8 plus 13 equals 21. Now the new value 21 space, so I write 21 and a space added, then value swap, that is 13 and 21. Next time it prints 21 plus 13 equals 34, that is the 9th term. Again else part, this else, that is 4th line, else part executed, that means the new value is 34 and a space, final, and the swapping is 21 and 34. Then finally the 5th, when 4 less than equals 4, value is 34 plus 21 equals 55. Now I print 55 space. So finally I print this value in that line, and that is the final output. So let's check what will be the output. So that is the final term, so the answer will match. But now I use a different thing. This time I create a Fibonacci function, that is a fibo function, which will, here I give a number of term and got the number of term value. That means if I put 8, I got 21. If I got if I print give 7, it will give me 13. Just check it out what the function will did. So here I pass 6, answer will be 8. Just check, 6th term is 8. Again check, here I use 9 term, output will be 34. So basically in that function, first if I pass 1, that means if double equals or value equals 1, and I return the value, this is return function program, return function. So basically the value got from this location, I just return the value. So if the term is like 5 or something, 5, this while loop process, and the value increases, and when the position is say I less than equals 5, that means 5 less than equals p, I finally return the last term value. Here first sum, then storage, then swapping, and I increase the value of I. This will give me the final return value. Okay, and I added with a simple code. Now I create a separate pattern, looks like this one. I print the number of terms. Here just see, this is the terms I use. First term, second 3, then 2, this one. If I print 3, then I got 2. If I print 2, I got 1. Next time normal 4, 5, 6, it will give me 3, 5, 8. And finally if I call these 4 terms, that means 55, 34, 21, 13, easily processes. So in that section what I did, I used 2 integer variables, s equals 0, p equals 0, and here I use I mod 2, that is for the second line and 4th line, and else part is for the 1st and 3rd line. Okay, so whenever 1st and 3rd line executed, p value increases with s plus 1, and whenever 2nd and 4th line executed, p initialized with the s plus I position. That means when the second line, that is I is 2, that means the value of p is like plus 2, and in that case plus 4. In that case every time plus 1. I don't know for the starting value, so let's last consider starts with 1. Okay, so what I did in the for section, just check for I equals 1, 1 less than equals 1. First time I print a single value, that is this one. Okay, then else part is executed. So I normally print just value of p. Why? Because s equals 0, p equals 0, else p equals s plus 1. That means 0 plus 1. Starting value is 0. That means 0 plus 1 is obviously 1. Okay, so here I print p plus plus, that means 1 plus plus. After printing of p, the value will be plus plus to 2. So here I print just 1. Next time s increases with, first time s is 0, now s will be 1. For loop doesn't execute. Next line, that is I is 2, that means this part is executed. That means the last value of s is 1 I got from here, so the p value is 1 plus 2, it will be 3. Clear? That means this time j equals 1, 1 less than equals 2. Yes, so this time 1 less than equals 2, and another term is 2 less than equals 2. So this for loop goes for 2 times. So this for loop goes for 2 times. Again, just okay. Now j loop, this is the second line, I mod 2, that means 2 mod 2 double equals to, in this line I have to print first 2 then 1. Okay, but here I use p minus minus. So what is the value of p is 3. Okay, that is the third term. So here if I mod 2 double equals 0, it is true, I use p minus minus, that means I print 3 here. The next value is p will be 2, and here I use 1 space, that means 3 space. Again 2 less than equals 2, 2 mod 2 double equals 0, that means next time I print 2 here. So the next line value is 3 then 2, and inside s will be 2 and 3. Finally in the third line this part is executed. So p equals s plus 1. That means last time as for loop execute 2 times, so s will be 2 and 3, and here else part in the third line the last value of s is 3 and p will be 3 plus 1 equals 4. And this time this for loop goes for 3 times, 1 less than equals 3, 2 less than equals 3, and 3 less than equals 3. Okay, so that is the third line, that means else part is executed. So first time the last value p is 4, that means I print 4 1 space. Next time 2 less than equals 3, I print 5 space. 3 less than equals 3, I print 6 space. At that time when I print 4, the s value is 4, then 5, then 6. Okay, now so 4 5 6 I print in that section. Now I have to print 10 9 8 7. So with using 6 I write in the fourth line 4 less than 4 mod 2 double equals 0. Yes, so what is the starting value of p? 6 plus 4 equals 10. that means for loop if part executed, that means first I print 10 when 1 less than equals 4. Next time j 2 less than equals 4, that time I print 9, and it will be 7 then 8. When 3 less than equals 4, I print 8 here, then at that time s equals 9, and finally when 4 less than equals 4, it print 7 and s equals 10. So finally I got 10, 9, 8, 7. Now see, if I call these terms inside using a Fibonacci function, then I got these few values. Then first term give me 1, third term give me 2, second term give me 1, fourth term give me 3, fifth term 5, sixth term 8, 10th term 55, 9. So finally check. Now I combo these two functions, this class and this class I have to use joint. So I just delete this. Okay, I just copy this part. So I just copy this part and create a new class, control N, and give a function name final, fibo pattern, fibo pat. I think this will be working. Okay, now in that part first I have to print number of spaces. So in that section I use space functions, so I copy this code actually. Okay, so this code copy to in this section, and here I have to decide q, that is here q equals I use as 9. Here I use 10, but this time I use 9. That means first time 9 space, then 6 space, then 3 space, and the value will be like 6, 3 and 0. The possibilities I don't have to check the conditions, because this for loop goes for 3 times only as per condition. Now check, this for loop goes for 3 times, as 1 less than equals 9, true. Next time 1 less than equals 6, true. Finally 1 less than equals 3, true. 1 less than equals 0, no. So this for loop space, it works for 3 times only, and every time you have to null the value after printing. Otherwise I just here I don't need any string value. I just print the value actually. Print here I use print, and I just delete the string variable. Okay, now this one give print. Okay, now check what will be the output of this one. Just maintaining few spaces. Now I have to maintain some extra things. Looks like now I have to copy the final one. Yeah, now I have to copy the function actually. So this function I use in that part. So this is outside of function. Okay, now I need a extra variable that is val. Okay, and I use every time in that section val equals fibo bracket p. I just cut this one from at that section. Now No, actually not in that section. Actually I think this section is better. As I told in the last part, that is P prints the number of terms. Okay, so in that section what we have to do, I just cut it that, and I have to use few curly braces in this section because there is a multi-line statements are coming, and in that section is here. So here I use val equals p minus minus, and in that section val equals fibo with p plus plus, and here I print space plus val, and in that part I have to print space plus val, and if part is holds 2-digit values, so if val greater than 9, that means I just copy this one and else, so this space not added. Okay, so finally I have to print this one. So let's check. I think there is a plus missing, plus, oh, this one plus. So just cut the part and fibo pat executed, the output will be ready. Now I made another extra part, that is a timer. So I use this one. You can use this thing as a timer, means you have to create a extra for loop. Here I use as a function, just create a for loop I equals 0, I less than, here 50 something like it will be 50 lakh, no sorry 50 crores, there is a 50 crores. If I use comma then comma then comma, that is it will be a 50 crores. Okay, so just I call this function at this location. Okay, just open close semicolon and see what will be the change. The value printing in a slow manner, it will be quite effective and looks very superb type, something like. So that is the final one. I know this one is kind bit tough, like too much concepts. Maybe there is a easy concept, but I think this one is easy one for me, and I think this one quite easy. Maybe there are few easy concepts, but I don't know. Let's see later. I think if you follow these ones, in this video I cover many things. Try to use multiple functions. Here I use 3 functions, and if I write Fibonacci concept in this area, this code might devastating hard to understand. So just simply separate Fibonacci part, separate for loop or timer, and just count the terms here, just calculate these few terms and see the last line value. Just I print again, and yi calculation of space, just see watch this one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, sorry, again counting. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Total 10 spaces are here. So 10 spaces means you see there are 9 spaces and 1 space at this location. That's why I print 10 spaces. In the second line, just see there are 2 spaces. Whenever I print a digit, I maintain a space, previous space and last space. That means one is a space, another space is here. And before 2, 1 space as normal, then 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 means second time I print 6 space. So 6 and the normal digit, that is before 2, that is a space, total 7 space. Finally it will be 3, it looks like 4. See the output, 1 2 3 4, total 4. So 3 as normal, 3 as with using a for loop, that is j prints a space, then 1 space, 3 space, and the 5 before 5, after 5, before 8, after 8. And in the fourth line there are all 2 digits, so there are no starting space, a single space in every separation. Just this one, print digit a space, and another time every time printed space, digit, space, space, digit, space. So in that part I pass term as here in the Fibonacci function and got the value, print the value in that section. So it is very use if you print, if you call the function, if you call the term and the function as argument, then it will be more easy. And again I said this is not in the syllabus topic, it is just for fun or just for say something like. So if you have any query, just mail me or comment, I will give you an answer. And one thing sure, next time I will give answer in very few short time. Okay, that's for the now. Tata.